had never played rugby. I didn't even know what a rugby ball looked like before I came to college.
Noel Coleman is the vice president and captain of the women's rugby team here at Boston University.
And actually ran into somebody in the GSU who ended up being one of my teammates, who just pulled me aside and was like, "Do you know what rugby is? Because you should play it." And
since that point, Noel has come a long way. At the end of last season, Coach Hilda Biddle nominated Noel to go to the All-American camp with the hopes of making it to the All-American team.
I think Noel is very talented. I mean, this is her 4th year, but even from very early on, she was playing really well. And I think sort of physically, she has some things that would be attractive to the national team. She hits things really hard. She's not small, and she can move around. And you know, in the past couple of years, she's really worked on her handling as well. So it's rare that you see somebody that's her size that plays the positions that she plays that can also catch and pass the way that she can.
Rugby can be a lot of fun, but it can also be an extremely dangerous sport. The most common injuries range from overuse from running, to collision from tackling, to sometimes even concussions. Unfortunately, Noel knows this all too well.
our last game of the last season in the spring, I tore my PCL, part of my ACL and a hamstring. So I was out for about 2 months, and immediately following that was to go to All-American camp. So I kind of had to spend those 2 months, instead of training to get to the level that I wanted to be at for those camps, just had to train to be able to run the same way that I was running before and just kind of get basic athleticism back.
Noel wasn't able to recover fast enough to fully show her abilities at training camp. Injury is something that all rugby players need to be prepared for.
Clearly, injuries are part of the game. And I think a lot of it is just thinking about what you control in a situation. It can be very easy to try to get back too soon and not be ready.
But even when a player is prepared for the worst, something as simple as running could become a problem. Noel was re-injured at Saturday night's game.
I was on a chase down in the try zone, and I just kind of landed wrong on my leg, which is one of those injuries where you're just kind of like, of all the things that could have happened, like I could have done that making such a cool tackle, but really just did it running. It's just one of those freak accidents that happen.
But despite all of the dangers that come with the sport, Noel explains what pulls her through.
Yeah, I think it's just knowing that I can come back. You know, that it's something that happens routinely in rugby, and that I just know that my team believes that I can come back from it, and if my team thinks I can do it, I probably can.
The severity of Noel's latest injury is still unknown, but she is not going to let these setbacks get in the way of her dreams.
So hopefully I'll get nominated again this year and be able to go through with that. When I graduate, I'll start playing with a local Boston club team, and it's kind of the same thing from there, trying to get nominations and just get recognized.
Reporting for Sports Night, I'm Ashley Paul.